Hello students, let's do rational numbers, exercise 2A. We are on page number 21 and we are with question number 8. Which of the following are not rational numbers? A rational number is a number which can be put in the form of a fraction where the denominator is not 0. So let's see if we can put these as fractions. So first we have minus 3. Minus 3 is an integer. Now we can write minus 3 as a fraction when we give it the denominator 1. So now the value of minus 3 has not changed. Minus 3 by 1 is minus 3. So minus 3 is a rational number. So this is a rational number. Now 0. 0 also can be written as a fraction. Now I can give 0 the denominator 1, 2, 3, any denominator, because whenever I divide 0 by any number, my answer is 0. So that means the value of this 0 has not changed. So this is also a rational number. Now look at the next one, 0 by 4. 0 by 4, the denominator is not 0. So this is also a rational number. Whereas look at 8 by 0. 8 by 0, the denominator, this is the denominator is 0. So 8 by 0 is not a rational number. Next one, similarly, the denominator is 0. So this is also not a rational number. So what is our question here? Which of the following are not rational numbers? So as we can see, questions 4 and 5 are not rational numbers. Question 9. Express each of the following integers as rational numbers with denominator 7. So the first question that I have here is 5. If I have to write 5 as a fraction first, how do I do it? I say 5 by 1. 5 by 1. So my value of the question 5 has not changed. Now the question is, give it the denominator 7. So if I have to make the denominator 7, I must multiply this by 7. If I multiply this by 7, I need to multiply the numerator also by 7. So what do I get now? 5 sevens are 35 and 1 sevens are 7. So now I've got a rational number with denominator 7. Question 2. Now here we have minus 8. So let me write minus 8 as a fraction without changing the value. So that is minus 8 by 1. Now if I have to give it the denominator 7, I need to multiply this by 7 and this by 7. So now what do I get? The sign is minus. 8 sevens are 56. 1 sevens are 7. So my answer here is minus 56 by 7. Question 3, 0. Now again, if I have to make this a fraction, I can write 0 by 1. And again, to give it the denominator 7, I'm going to multiply this by 7 and this by 7. Now what do I get? 0 into 7 is 0. And 1 sevens are 7. So what's my answer? 0 by 7. Next one, question 4. So first, I'll make it a fraction, minus 16 by 1. Now I'm going to give it the denominator 7. So I have to multiply this by 7 and this by 7. And now what's a new fraction that we are going to get? The sign is minus. Now 16 into 7, let's multiply 16 into 7. 7 sixes are 42, carry 4. 7 ones are 7 plus 4, 11. 112. So 112. And the denominator 1 into 7 is 7. So my answer here is minus 112 by 7. Question 5. Let's make this a fraction, 7 by 1. Now we're going to give it the denominator 7. So I have to multiply it by 7. Here also by 7. So what do I get? 7 sevens are 49. And my denominator 1 into 7 is 7. So what is my fraction? 49 by 7. So I've got a rational number with the denominator 7. Question 10. Express 3 by 5 as a rational number with denominator 20. Now let's write down 3 by 5 first. So let's write that. 3 by 5. Now the question is, give it the denominator 20. Right now the denominator is 5. To make it 20, we have to multiply 5 by 4 because 5 fours are 20. When you multiply the denominator by 4, you have to multiply the numerator also by 4. So now what do we get? 3 fours are 12, 5 fours are 20. So we've got our rational number here. 3 by 5, we have expressed it as 12 by 20 with denominator 20. Question 2. Now we have to express 3 by 5 as a rational number with denominator minus 20 this time. So let's take the fraction first. Now what is the fraction? 3 by 5. The denominator is 5, but we have been asked to make it minus 20. So to get minus 20, we have to multiply 5 by minus 4. Why minus 4? It will give us the sign minus, and 5 fours are 20. So when you multiply denominator by minus 4, multiply the numerator also by minus 4. Now, the sign is minus. 3 fours are 12. Denominator, the sign is minus. 5 fours are 20. So we have answered the question. We have expressed 3 by 5 as a rational number with denominator minus 20. And we got minus 12 by minus 20. Now we have 45. We have to express 3 by 5 as a rational number with denominator 45. So again, let's write down the fraction given to us, 3 by 5. Denominator is 5. If we have to make it 45, we have to multiply this by 9. Multiply both by 9. Now what do we have? 3 nines are 27. 5 nines are 45. So we have expressed 3 by 5 as a rational number with denominator 45, and we got 27 by 45. Question 5. Now again, question 4 here, we have to express 3 by 5, which is given to us, as a rational number with denominator 25. So to get denominator 25, we have to multiply 5 by 5. Because 5 fives are 25. Multiply numerator also by 5. So what do we get here? 3 fives are 15. 5 fives are 25. So we've got our answer as 15 by 25. Now we have to express 3 by 5 as a rational number with denominator minus 35. Now how do we get minus 35? We have 5 now. If we multiply this by minus 7, 5 sevens are 35, isn't it? And a minus sign, we will get minus 35. So multiply the numerator also by minus 7. So what do we get here? Minus 3 sevens are 21 and denominator minus 5 sevens are 35. So our answer here is minus 21 by minus 35. Question 11. Express 4 by 7 as a rational number with numerator 12. This time our numerator has to be changed to 12. So let's write down the fraction 4 by 7. Now the numerator has to change to 12. That means I have to multiply my numerator by 3 because 4 threes are 12. So multiply the denominator also by 3. So what do we get here? 4 threes are 12. 7 threes are 21. So we have expressed 4 by 7 as a rational number with numerator 12. See, now the numerator is 12 and my fraction is 12 by 21. Question 2. This time we have to express 4 by 7 as a rational number with numerator minus 12. So let's do that. So write down the fraction first, that is 4 by 7. The numerator has to become minus 12. So we have to multiply this by minus 3. 4 into 3 is 12. Minus 3 will be minus 12. So multiply the denominator also by minus 3. So what do we get here? The sign is minus. 4 threes are 12. And in the denominator, the sign is minus. 7 threes are 21. So what do we get? Minus 12 by minus 21. Next one, minus 16. Our numerator has to be minus 16. So let's write down the fraction first, 4 by 7. To get minus 16 as the numerator, we have to multiply 4 by minus 4. Minus 4 because 4 fours are 16 and we have a minus sign. Similarly, multiply this also by minus 4. So what do we get here? The sign is minus, 4 fours are 16. As the numerator we have minus 16. Denominator minus 7 fours are 28. So what is our fraction? Minus 16 by minus 28. Question 4. This time our rational number should have a numerator minus 20. So the fraction is 4 by 7. To make the numerator minus 20, we have to multiply the numerator by minus 5. 5 fours are 20 and the minus sign. So multiply the denominator also by minus 5. So what do we have here? The sign is minus. 4 fives are 20. Denominator, the sign is minus, 7 fives are 35. So as the question says, we've got minus 20, we have to show the numerator as minus 20 and we've got minus 20 as a numerator. Next one, 20. This time our numerator has to be 20. So let's write down the fraction. The fraction is 4 by 7. To make it 20, we have to multiply 4 by 5. So multiply the denominator also by 5. So 4 fives are 20, 7 fives are 35. So now did we get the numerator 20? Yes, we got the numerator as 20. So our final fraction here is 20 by 35. Question 12. Find x such that minus 2 by 3 is equal to 6 by x. So you can see x here, isn't it? We're going to find the value of x. So let's write down the first fraction as it is. That is minus 2 by 3. So this is minus 2 by 3. Now this has become 6 by x, isn't it? And we have to find the value of x. Now look at what is given to us already. Now minus 2 has become 6. Now how did that become 6? We have to multiply minus 2 by something to get 6 there, isn't it? So what is that number that will give us 6? 2 threes. 2 into 3 will give us 6, isn't it? Now there is one minus sign here. As you can see, there is one minus sign. If there is only one minus sign, our answer also should have a minus sign. But our answer doesn't have a minus sign. That means this 3 should carry a minus sign with it. So this will be minus 3. Now let's multiply and see. Minus into minus is plus. 2 threes are 6. So this number is correct, minus 3. Now if you multiply the numerator by minus 3, you have to multiply the denominator also by minus 3. So let's multiply this by minus 3. So what do we get here? So here, what do we have? Let's write down. So this is an equation now. Let's multiply these two. That is minus 2 into minus 3 is plus 6. We multiplied these two numbers and got plus 6. Now denominator, here we have a plus sign. For this 3 it's a plus sign and the other 3 it's a minus sign. So this one negative sign, plus into minus is minus. 3 threes are 9. Now what do we have on the right hand side? We have 6 by x. So now we have found the value of x. X is equal to minus 9. We already have 6 that is equal and x is equal to minus 9. So we have found the value of x. X is equal to minus 9. So this is our answer. Question 2. 7 by minus 4 equals x by 8. So let's write down the first fraction as it is. So we have 7 by minus 4 is equal to x by 8. Now what is given? We should see what is given to us. X we don't know, we have to find out. But 8 is given to us. That means minus 4 has become 8. Now how does minus 4 become 8? 4 into 2 is 8. So we know the number is 2. So if I have to multiply this by 2, I will get 8. But since there is only one minus sign, the answer also should have a minus sign. But there is no minus sign there. If that is supposed to be plus, 2 must carry a minus sign. So now let me put a minus sign here. Now let's see whether we're getting 8. Minus into minus is plus. 4 2s are 8. So minus 2 is the correct answer here. Now if we multiply the denominator by minus 2, we should multiply the numerator also by minus 2. So let's do that. Into minus 2. So what do we get when we do this? Remember, these are equations. So let's work this out and see what we get. 7 into minus 2. We're multiplying these two here, isn't it? So the sign is minus. 7 2s are 14. Denominator, minus into minus is plus. 4 2s are 8. And on the other side, what do we have? X by 8. As you can see, 8 we've already got. It's the same. Now, x is equal to minus 14. So this is how we find out the value of x. So let's write that down. X is equal to minus 14. So let's write that x is equal to minus 14. So we've got our answer. We found the value of x to be minus 14. Question 3. So here we have 3 by 7 equals x by minus 35. Let's write down the first fraction. 3 by 7 equals x by minus 35. So what is given to us? 7 has become minus 35. We don't know the value of x. We have to find out the value of x. Now how did 7 become minus 35? I need to multiply 7 by a number to get 35. Which number is that? 7 into 5. 7 5s are 35. But if you look, the answer has a minus sign. 7 doesn't have a minus sign. That means 5 should carry that minus sign. So let's give 5 that sign. So this becomes minus 5. So 7 into minus 5 is minus 35. Now multiply the numerator also by minus 5. So now let's see what we get here. So we have multiplied 3 into minus 5. Let's multiply. The sign is minus. 3 5s are 15. Denominator, the sign is minus. 7 5s are 35. On the right hand side, we have x by minus 35. So as you can see, the denominators are the same. Now x is equal to minus 15. So this is the value of x. So let's write that down. X is equal to minus 15. This is our final answer. Question 4. So here also let's write down what's given to us already. So minus 48 by x is equal to 6. So let's make 6 a fraction. It's a whole number. We are not going to change its value. So that means I have to give it the denominator 1. Only then will the value remain the same. I can't write 2 or 3 or 4. It will all change. Only when I give it the denominator 1, 6 will remain as 6 itself. Now 6 into what is minus 48? 6 into 8. 6 8s are 48. To get a minus sign, I should write minus 8. So similarly, I have to multiply 1 also by minus 8. So here what do we get? Here we get minus 48 by x is equal to, here when we multiply the sign is minus, 6 8s are 48, and in the denominator the sign is minus, 1 8s are 8. So now we have got the value of x to be minus 8. So that is our answer. X is equal to minus 8. This is our final answer. Let's find the value of x here. So we have 36 by x. So let's write that down. 36 by x is equal to 3. Now let's make 3 a fraction without changing its value. So we can give it only the denominator 1. Now 3 into what will give us 36? 3 into 12, isn't it? 3 12s are 36. So that means I have to multiply my denominator also by 12. So here what do we have? We have 36 by x is equal to 3 12s are 36, 1 12s are 12. So again we have found the value of x to be 12. So let's write it down. X is equal to 12. So this is our final answer. Question 6. Minus 27 by x equals 9. So writing down the first fraction, we write minus 27 by x is equal to 9. You're not going to change the value of 9, but we're going to make it a fraction. So the denominator is 1. Now 9 must become minus 27, and that can happen only if I multiply 9 by 3. 9 threes are 27. To get minus 27, I must multiply by minus 3. So 9 into minus 3 is minus 27. Multiply the denominator also by minus 3. Okay, let's see what we have here now. We have minus 27 by x is equal to, here let's multiply 9 into minus 3. The sign is minus. 9 threes are 27. Denominator, the sign is minus. 1 threes are 3. So we've got the value of x. X is equal to minus 3. X is equal to minus 3, which is our final answer. Question 13. Express each of the following to the lowest term. So a fraction has been given to us. If we have to reduce it to the lowest term, there are different ways of doing it. One is by dividing the numerator and the denominator by a common factor. That means a number that can divide both. And if you take the highest common factor, that becomes the easiest. Now let's write down this fraction. So the fraction is 12 by 15. Now think of a number which can divide both 12 and 15. The number that can divide both is 3, isn't it? Because 12 and 15 are in the tables of 3. So now let's divide and see what we get. Now 3 into what is 12? 3 fours are 12. 3 into what is 15? 3 fives are 15. So we have reduced 12 by 15 to the lowest term, and we've got 4 by 5. Question 2. 120 by 144. So let's write that. Minus 120 by 144. Now, you can divide this by common factors. Now, what are all the common factors? I can divide both by 2. I can divide both by 4. I can divide both by 12. So I need to think of numbers that I can use to divide. And using the highest common factor will help me find my answer quickly. So here let me try by dividing both by 12. So let's divide both by 12 and see. So now 120 by 12. Let's divide and see. 120 by 12. 12 ones are 12, and then we have a 0. So 12 into 10. Isn't it? 12 tens are 120. So here I've got 10. Now let's divide 144 by 12. So 144 divided by 12. 12 ones are 12, and then I minus, I get 24. 12 twos are 24. So 12 into 12. 12 into 12 is 144. So my denominator is 12. But if you look carefully, you can see that 10 by 12 is not in the lowest term. I can still reduce that to the lowest term. So let's think of a number which can divide both. Which is the number that can divide both? 2. 2 can divide 10 and 12. So let's do that. We're going to divide the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 2. Now let's see what we get. 2 fives are 10 and 2 sixes are 12. So what do we have? 5 by 6. So this fraction in the lowest term is 5 by 6, but don't forget to give it the sign, a minus sign. So this is minus 5 by 6. We have minus 10 here. The final answer here is minus 5 by 6. Next one, minus 48 by minus 72. So let's write down the fraction first. So this is minus 48 by minus 72. Now the first thing we can do is we can cancel the minus signs because it's there in the numerator and denominator. Now it is simply 48 by 72. Now we can divide both these by a common factor. I can divide it by 2. I can divide it by 4. I can divide it by 6. I can also divide it by 12. Okay, so now let's make it easier. Let's divide it by 6 and see. Okay, let's divide it by 6 and see what we get. So here 6 eighths are 48. Now 72 divided by 6, 6 twelves are 72. Now if you see 8 by 12 can be reduced further, isn't it? Both are divisible by which number? 8 and 12 are both in the tables of 4. It's in the tables of 2 also. Think of a bigger number to try and get your highest common factor. So 8 divided by 4. 4 into what is 8? 4 twos are 8 and 4 into what is 12? 4 threes are 12. So we've got our lowest term 2 by 3. So this is our final answer. 2 by 3 is the lowest term for minus 48 by minus 72. Then the next one is 14 by minus 56. So let's write it down, 14 by minus 56. So again, divide this by a common number. Think of a number which can divide both. Now, both are divisible by 2. All even numbers are divisible by 2. Okay, they are divisible by 7. So let's try that. Let's divide both by 7 and see what we get. 7 into what is 14? 7 twos are 14. 7 into what is 56? 7 eighths are 56. Now that's minus 56, so it's minus 8. Now 2 by 8 can be reduced further. So both are divisible by 2. So I'm going to divide both by 2. 2 into what is 2? 2 ones are 2 and 2 into what is 8? 2 fours are 8 with a minus sign. So what do we have here? 1 by minus 4. 1 by minus 4 is our lowest term here. If I have to still go further, what I can do is I can give this a plus sign and then work out and get a final answer with a sign. Signs plus into minus is minus and our fraction is 1 by 4. So I can also write this as minus 1 by 4. Question 14. Express each of the following rational numbers in the standard form. Now you can see rational numbers here, isn't it? Now when do we say that it is in the standard form? We can say that it is in the standard form when the denominator is positive. The denominator should be positive. In all, the denominator should be positive and the rational number should be in the lowest term. Okay, so let's begin. It's simple, very easy. Now, if you look at the first one, here both are negative. Minus 7 by minus 8. Now, we can cancel off the minus sign. So now what do we have? 7 by 8. So we have got the standard form. This is 7 by 8. Now look at this, 5 by minus 12. Here the minus sign is the denominator. Remember, the denominator should be positive. So we can take away the minus sign from there and put it here. So what do we have now? Minus 5 by 12. So now our denominator is positive and it's already in the lowest term. Next one, here again we have minus 7, minus 20. We can cancel off both the minus signs. So now we have 7 by 20. And 20, the denominator is positive and 7 by 20 is in the lowest term. Now the fourth one, the denominator is negative. So remove it from there and put that minus sign in the numerator. So what do we have? Minus 4 by 9. So 9 is now positive and it's in the lowest term. So this is the standard form. So with this, children, we come to the end of this exercise. Thank you, children.